Hi, I'm Lars and welcome to episode 5 of the B2T project, where I talk about my body transformation progress and anything that has to do with looks, style, fitness, health, food, and so on.
I used to be fat, now I'm gonna be fit. The B2T project.
Very originally, this episode was supposed to be a very light-hearted one, just about my new hair color and hair in general and all the haircuts and hairdos that I've rocked in the past. But several things have happened and several people that I watch online have influenced me and altered that plan. And there are two YouTube channels / people that I kind of want to mention here. First off, there's Marina, who I have met at VidCon in Amsterdam. She talks about her mental state and health issues and anything to do with that very openly on her YouTube channel, which I admire. And then there's my dear friend Basti Depressiva, whom I've mentioned in previous videos, who has this entire channel dedicated to educating about and advocating talks, getting rid of the stigma of depression. As you all know, or at least some of you know, I have suffered from some type of depression myself and body dysmorphic disorder, which has led to eating disorder habits, and the latter one I am still battling. I think I have overcome my body dysmorphic disorder to a degree where I'm happy and content with my body being my body, and I've been able to tear apart the notion of loving my body and loving myself, which I then have learned both separately. And I'm proud of that development. It took years to get here, but I've done that. I do still struggle with eating though, because I kind of still have not learned how to eat. If that makes sense. It takes a lot of effort and discipline to get back into healthy eating habits, but over the past 2 weeks I feel like I've been working on it that well that I'm definitely on a good way. Not quite there yet, but I've definitely improved. And it took a certain moment for me to realize that over the course of several months I've been spiraling down and worsening my eating habits, and several things have played into piling up stress that would lead me into eating horribly. For example, there is, or what did I say was, my working situation. Just last month I've had my 2-year anniversary at that office, at that call center. I never expected or assumed that I would stay there and keep that job for as long as I have. It's not like I actually hated the job or the work itself, it's just that I didn't love it and it didn't satisfy and fulfill me in a way that I know previous jobs that I've had have. And also knowing that I don't urgently need that job to feed myself, I have been playing with the idea of quitting, but I started dreading going because it was just extra stress that I didn't need, and I knew that I could use the time for other things that I love doing, like shooting YouTube videos, and that it's been one of the main reasons I haven't been doing that as consistently as I could, because I didn't have the time to shoot and edit videos. This month and climaxing this week has been a situation, to put it in a nutshell, I have been calling in sick 3 times in a row. The 3rd time I get a reply by my boss saying that, in a very nice and polite way, and I think it's still the best way he could handle that I'm not reliable enough to be planned with, and that I'm going to be excluded from the planned schedule. I mean, that's not technically being fired, but in a way it kind of is. I don't know, especially after I've been thinking about quitting already for a long time. I have now decided to actually do it. I still have to formally hand in a letter of resignation, but that's just a formality and a matter of time. Already knowing and saying out loud, and I've told a few friends already, I feel so relieved. I just feel freer and happy already. The most positive stress I think I got was from uni. This semester is a bit crazy. There's a lot of work to do, a lot of prepping, revising, and writing, and homeworks, and reading, mainly reading. But all these classes are fun, and all of these tasks and assignments are fun. It's just so time consuming that, I don't know, in my head it just made sense to be lazy with cooking. Instead I would just get a sandwich or a pizza or a burger or chips or anything along those lines, which are not the healthiest foods, especially if it's not like a one-off, but it's a daily basis kind of way of nourishing yourself. I have improved my eating a little bit by including a lot more vegetables and fruit in my diet. I cook a lot more regularly at home and also cook healthy meals. And there's something else that I've done which is purely and strictly for me, because of my eating disorder habits, is restricting myself and cutting chocolate and bread, which is a measure I had to take to tame myself because I was not able, both of these things, to eat in small portions. I would eat an entire loaf of toast, or if I get a box of 10 chocolate bars, instead of just having one, I would eat the entire package, and I would do that every day. It started with me thinking that's a one-off, I'm just doing that one day and it's not that bad, and if that were the case, that's okay, but since it wasn't, I kind of have to distance myself from that. I didn't have chocolate for an entire week now, and I feel good. I feel good. Then I've also noticed that I am not drinking nearly as much as I should, and I'm very dehydrated, and that also played into me eating too much. And I'm still working on changing that by having a can of tea in the fridge and also water that I flavor a bit with fruit, or right now it's mint. And there are several other small things that I've faded out of my diet, like sweetening my coffee with coffee syrup or any other form of sweetening actually. All of these little things that you don't really think about add calories and not bad nutrition, but too much nutrition, especially if you're trying to lose weight. So yeah, I've improved on that. And then there's something else that's been bugging me for a long time, and that still kind of is bugging me, my living situation. I mean, I do like this flat, I do really like it, but there are several aspects about the environment and the neighborhood that I really don't like. It's noisy. I could make an extensive list of things that I hate about this place. Like my neighbors, they're arguing all the time, I can hear them. There's construction going on pretty much every day, Monday to Friday, starting as early as 7:30 and not pausing during legal siesta hours. These things have been going on ever since I moved in here 9 months ago. Then there's more construction going in the backyard, and I say backyard because there's no real yard. There's the back of the building of the parallel street. They're upgrading the attic flats, which I mean, good for them and probably beautiful, but noisy. And that noise is echoing through that backyard. And all of these things kind of limit my life quality because so many things that I do require quiet, basically. Shooting YouTube videos, like right now, which I'm doing late at night, it's past midnight. You know, studying or reading, writing. Something else that I like to pick up again is writing fiction, something I haven't done in a while. And also recording music, which I've been very passionate about. It's a mess. Then there are also neighbors on the block that are listening to Russian folk music. I assume it's Russian, I'm not exactly sure. They play it so loudly through that backyard that I cannot hear whatever I'm listening to right here. And it's been annoying. And I'm still kind of keen on moving out, which now that I'm out of a job is financially a bit difficult, but you know, who knows. I'm not giving up on that dream. And also if I walk out of the building on the street, I don't feel home. It doesn't feel like home. And my sister even went that far, saying that she's a bit scared for my safety in this neighborhood. Not that I'm really scared for my safety, but I just don't feel comfortable, and I'm annoyed because on the street, just the street, there are cocktail bars, there are shisha bars, there's a brothel. It seems like a bit of gang mentality, and I don't know, I really don't feel comfortable. And this flat is rather pricey for being so small, mainly due to its location, because it is quite central, I have to give it that. I have 4 types of trains down the street and several bus lines. Man, I'd rather be somewhere in the outer districts, in a quieter area where I don't have to endure so much noisiness and shitty neighbors. But yeah. One thing I have done is rearrange the furniture, and I don't know if you see the setup behind me, that's new. It's not much that I've done actually, but it looks so much bigger and so much nicer and so much more logical. Like, why have I not set up the TV and the sofa like that before? It doesn't. Then, now that I'm out of a job, I might also be able to change my sleeping habits, which have been slacking recently. I'm a very night active person, which technically is not that bad. I would be very happy and content being able to sleep in like into the early afternoon, then start my day and be active all through the night and go to bed at 2, 3, 4 a.m. But starting uni at 8 in the morning, 2 days a week, kind of makes that not a possibility really. Although I'm still trying to figure out maybe if I could do a like combination of both. And being night active is also quite good because at night, like right now, I have the quiet that I need to shoot videos. I have the quiet to do things that I like to do. 6 weeks have passed since the last Bad Twink episode, and I've only been to the gym 3 times. I mean, by the time the video is up, I might have gone a 4th time. And it's also something that I need to overcome my excuses, because I keep saying, I don't want to go in the afternoon because it's so crowded. Working out is already so time consuming for me that I don't want to add to that by having to wait. Because I want to do my thing and not be stressed and just, go on about it. I don't know. Also, I've been thinking about picking up running, but there are so many obstacles with that. Mainly that I'm allergic to pollen, so running out in a park is a bit... Although it's just a tiny little thing of a problem. Where do I keep my water? Because I feel like holding it in my hand is kind of inconvenient, and I definitely cannot go without water. And I don't want to go with a book bag, and I don't know. I think I'll try soon, and maybe do an entire episode on that. To kind of sum up what I've just been blabbing on about, I am trying to improve so many aspects of my life and my life quality to be happier with everything, and also get back on track with my eating and working out. My current stats have gone through the roof. I am at 91.4 kilograms, which equals a BMI of 32. Which is quite overweight. And also my body fat percentage is 25 point something, I forgot. All that is way too high, and I really need to work on that. So I pretty much am back at 1 to the point when I started losing fat back in year 8 in high school. Time for a change. And I know I've said it many times before, but the change is about to happen, and it has already started. To sum up everything that I've been blabbing on about in this video, I am really working on getting my eating habits back on track and get into a healthier mode of eating and working out, so I can make this project as successful as possible and actually lose some fat and gain some fitness and be happier, improve my life quality basically. Now that I've talked about all of that, there's something else I quickly wanted to address, and that's the situation in Manchester that happened this past week, which highly affected me, and I want to lose some words about it. In a time where we have grown so cold due to the amount and frequency of such incidents and terror attacks, it is kind of odd that this particular one incident hit me as hard as it did. There are a few things I can pinpoint it down to. I've always been super drawn to Manchester for no apparent reason. I have never been to the city. I actually don't even know that much about it. But whenever I think of it or look at it or read anything about it, I get this homey kind of feeling. I don't really know why, but it's definitely there. Maybe I've been there, I've lived there in a past life or something that I'm so connected with it that I don't know. The second reason that I think I've been so affected by this incident is that I could have been there. It's not just like a very hypothetical kind of I could have been there. I actually wanted to go there. I wanted to go and see Ariana Grande on her last tour when she was here in Berlin. But several things actually kept me away from doing that. So I said I'd go on her next tour, which would be this one. And there was no start for Berlin. So I would have to go and travel to see her either way. So I decided why not go and travel some cool place. So I checked 2 locations, and that was her concert in Stockholm, I think it was Stockholm, somewhere in Sweden, and the one in Manchester. Looked up flights or other way of transportation. I looked up hotels. I did decide against doing that because of money, and it's in the middle of the semester and I didn't have my schedule yet, and I didn't know if it would fit. So I actually could have been there, and that kind of creeps me out a bit. And then there's a third thing that is the creepiest out of them all. That Monday, I went to bed about 11 o'clock my time to read a bit and go to bed at 12. At some point in the middle, like 11:30-ish, I heard a loud bang somewhere in my flat. So I checked if anything had fallen down somewhere, like in these cupboards, in the kitchen, in the fridge, if any shelf like broke down or something fell over. And I couldn't find anything. Like literally nothing that made sense to go with that sound. Because I couldn't find anything, I just went back to bed and read on and eventually laid down and slept. Because I use my phone as my alarm clock. My phone is the first thing that I look at in the morning. I slowly found out what happened and I was instantly overcome by grief and sadness and empathy for the people there, and saw all these things like my daughter hasn't contacted me, I don't know where she is, and the number of casualties, as it's called, the number of injured, it was such a messy and emotional situation for me here in this house. I don't know, it just took me by surprise. There wasn't much I could do from here in Germany, so I went into the bathroom to get my day started, and then I saw what caused that bang that I heard that night before. There's this shelf that uses suction cups in my shower where I store my shampoo and body wash and all that, and that fell down. All through the day I kept on updating myself with news and everything that had been found out about the incident, and then I found out the exact timing of the bomb that detonated in the foyer and converted to my time zone. That was 11:33. Around the same time that shelf caused that loud bang that I could not identify. I guess you could argue that's like a weird coincidence, but I mean, I do believe in ghosts and supernatural and the spiritual world and signs, and I think that definitely was a sign. Although I don't really know why, but I got that sign. As horrible as this entire situation has been for the people there, those that died, those that have been injured, but also their families and friends, my city being attacked, for anyone living there, living in the area, I really don't know how to express that. It was so beautiful to see the response and action that the people took in the city. People tweeted out, I haven't been able to contact my kid, where is my child? There were replies to that saying, your daughter's safe, she stayed at my house and her battery died and that's why we didn't contact you. All those phone numbers of hotels that would take in children and kids for free to spend the night because they could not get home anymore, or taxi drivers that would take kids home for free. Anyone that volunteered and helped in any capacity and just raising awareness to the options that these kids had online. And also, there's this one video, that man in an interview said that he'd been turned down by the hospital to donate blood because there were too many people for them to provide room for that wanted to donate blood already. Getting emotional, I'm sorry. That just blew my mind, how that city kind of given me back the lost faith I have in humanity, that it is possible and that it is definitely in our capacity to be a community and to be there for each other. I don't know, I feel like compelled to at least applaud that. Us as people should stick together and become one big community instead of fighting each other over shitty reasons like power and world domination and oil and whatever people are fighting about. I just cannot really grasp and comprehend why people are so keen on segregating from each other because of the differences that we have, rather than connecting over the things that we have in common. It's small things that add up to the bigger picture. If you're kind to strangers, no matter what they are, what color they are, or where they come from, or what their situation is, or their gender, or whatever you think might divide you or make them different from you, you're still human, so why not smile or be polite and kind as far as you can, or offer your help if you see it needed. Just stop hating and start loving more. There's already so much darkness and hate in this world that I feel like we need more sunshine in our hearts. By the way, I kind of feel like the sunshine thing is sticking with me. Ooh, I could maybe use that for an intro or an outro, like let the sunshine in your heart and shine it back at others. Something. I think that's it for this video. That went longer than I expected. I don't have a specific question to ask you other than just letting me know your thoughts on anything I talked about. Comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up so I know you liked it. Literally, there's a huge variety of different types of videos that I'm making. If you don't want to miss any of that, make sure to subscribe. That's the time that I would have to have a sunshine outro, right? Something sunshine. Bye!